Hello and welcome back to the Caffeinated Librarians. We are continuing our Godzilla series. This time we're taking a look at the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I'm sorry. With the films that capped off the Heisei era and the Millennium era. Godzilla vs. Destoroyah and Godzilla Final Wars. All right, let's all introduce ourselves. I'm Joe.
Hey, I'm Simona.
I'm Katie.
I'm Lewis.
All right, so yeah, following what is that one called? Give me 1 second. Following the Terror of Mechagodzilla, the series took a hiatus for 9 years. So 1975 to 1984, nothing.
Wow.
84 comes out, Return of Godzilla. I quite like that one. It updates all the effects. Godzilla looks amazing in this movie. It's very cool. Moderate hit. Series goes to sleep for 5 more years, comes back with Godzilla vs. Biollante, which picks up where that left off. This kind of starts a new normal for the series. A lot more monsters shooting energy blasts at each other, that kind of thing. Again, great effects work. And then they continue on. It kind of builds all on each other, so it's like you can watch them as one plot line. You don't really have to. You can infer most things, you know. Like there's some stuff in Destoroyah where it's like, okay, I guess this lady talked to the baby Godzilla in the last movie, you know. But in this one, you're just like, oh, she talked to him.
I guess it would have been nice to get a little background on the guy that they say is the only man in the world that is able to fly that
Quite
plane.
frankly, I'm choosing to believe he's unique to this film. I think that'd be so much cooler.
I really, when they introduced him, I really expected him to be like a Saul Goodman type character, just like wearing a cowboy hat and like
He's like real eccentric,
yeah,
and wacky.
Yeah, but no, this dude was serious about his mission, and yeah, hey, good for him.
But yeah, so the Heisei series continues on with versus King Ghidorah, which does some fun Terminator riffs. Versus Mothra, which I haven't seen, admittedly. Versus Mechagodzilla 2, which introduces Baby Godzilla. Versus Space Godzilla, there's more little Godzilla in that. And then versus Destoroyah, which is where we're picking up. So the basic premise of this one is Godzilla's heart is a nuclear reactor, and it is entering meltdown. He is glowing red and steaming, and this is a really bad situation.
Yeah.
Because if he explodes, he's taken like most of the hemisphere with him. First, I just want to talk about how he looks in this movie. I think he looks amazing.
He does.
Yes, he looks great.
The glowing effect is so cool. The steam is just like, I don't know, it gives every time he shows up such an impact. And
You also gave him like vampire fangs.
Oh yeah, he's had those for a while
Really?
at this point in the series. Yeah.
Well, at this point in the series.
Yeah, they added that in like the 80s. They made him look a little more tougher.
Okay.
Yeah, which like in Final Wars he looks even more.
He looks scary.
Yeah, he looks kind of evil.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they're like, all right, what the hell do we even do about this? We got to dig up the oxygen destroyer.
Of course.
You see, this is what I really liked about this movie is that they brought back like certain characters from the original movie.
Yeah, there's a lot
tie it in.
There's a lot of tasteful homage
Yeah.
to the original in this, with like a kid who's like Dr. Yamane's grandson, and what was her name in the original? I feel so bad. But the woman from the original who was originally with Sarazawa, and and they kind of, she's like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
He died with that for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
But, you know, they can't help themselves. They're terrified. What if Godzilla blows up? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? And so they dig up the soil it's from to try and get, like, any information they can from it. But wouldn't you know it? There's a little ancient living thing in there, and it absorbs some of the oxygen destroyer.
Of course it does. Yes.
And now it's escaped, and it's evil, and it's going to kill all the fish. I love the scene of the fish getting disintegrated.
Yeah.
That looked so cool.
It looked disgusting.
In the
it was
aquarium?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah, first of all, I was just looking at the aquarium, and I was like, this is gorgeous. I
Yeah.
want to be.
Yeah.
I want to be in one of those aquarium tunnels.
Yeah.
Those make me nervous.
Yeah. Also, that the guy that's in there though, like he's just kind of like watching each one. I'm like, you definitely need to go and tell somebody faster than what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like they show the fish and then they show his face and the fish again and a different reaction on his face. Fish again,
Yeah.
different reaction.
Yeah,
on his face.
he was watching it for a long
Yeah.
time. I guess it's the night shift. Want to
Yeah.
make sure he wasn't dreaming. I don't know.
Although, like, speaking of something that you find in soil, they recently thawed out these 2 prehistoric worms.
Put him back.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Put
what
What are they
him back.
doing?
that's what one person said. How, like, the previous year, I think it says enough, put them back or whatever, because they came to life. Like,
Oh my
they
gosh.
thawed out. So that just reminded me of. Pretty soon we're gonna have like these megalithic worms roaming around. But I just love to say, like, put them back.
So the thing that when it comes out and it's like this bad.
They're like these awful crab things.
Yeah, it looks like a crab, right?
Yeah.
And there's a scene which is very reminiscent of Jurassic Park where the girl's in the car and it's like
Yeah.
flipping over the
wait,
car.
just before we get to that, I
Yeah.
want to point out: did anybody else notice the Japanese police sirens? They are so much nicer. They were calming and hypnotic.
yeah?
I was entranced by them in that scene where it was just like 10 police cars rolling up. I was like, wow, that's so much nicer than ours.
I'm not sure I noticed.
I
Yeah.
always thought the
Yeah.
Italian ones are nice. They go poli, poli, and that's how
Oh,
they sound
okay.
as they're.
This one was like lower. It was, but yeah. Whereas the American sirens give me like pure panic. This
yeah.
one
But I
was
think
like.
that fits.
It
Like,
does
that's what
fit.
We're
I
about.
get
We're
it.
about
Yeah.
instilling pure panic. Japan is about we're going to ease you into this. Going to let you know that we're coming politely. And
But yeah,
They give you a perfect example of how they feel, what they think of America in the next one.
yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that.
That was wild. But yeah, the reporter, one of our leads, she's hiding in a car in a scene
Yeah.
ripped straight from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and he's
But-
like flipping the car over, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that thing ain't that big. Like you could take that thing down, but then like later in the movie, it like
they start like
forms.
merging
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's
Yeah.
a little different.
Yeah.
You gotta call him back up for that one. Yeah.
So these things are running around Tokyo, causing real big problems, and they're still like, what are we gonna do about Godzilla? And Godzilla's son has kind of gone missing. Godzilla Jr. I love him. I thought he was a really
Who's
cool
Godzilla
guy.
Jr.'s mother?
We don't know.
We don't
I don't
We
think
don't
we
know.
know.
Okay. Now that I'm asking that, I think I might have asked that in the last
Yeah.
You did.
podcast also. So.
Yeah.
But I thought
really
he was
sticking to
he
me.
was really cute. He just looks like a slightly smaller Godzilla.
He's even cuter in the next one.
I that's a different character.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That's a revival of the '60s Son of Godzilla,
Oh,
Manila.
okay.
But believe me, we'll talk about him. He's my favorite guy. But yeah, more or less. There we get an amazing scene where this plane decked out with ice weapons mobilizes to cool down Godzilla.
Did anyone else think that the plane looked like something out of Gundam?
Yeah. I also Lou brought up that it kind of looks like the Blackbird from X-Men.
Yeah.
But
the way
yeah.
it takes off and
Yeah,
takes off.
I was in heaven watching the little miniature
Yeah.
go up
Yeah.
the thing, and I was just like, oh man, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And the most important pilot in the world
Yeah.
is behind it. Who knows who he is? I don't know,
I don't even know that we'd learn his name.
No, I don't think so.
but he's very serious,
Yeah.
and he does his job amazingly.
Yeah.
He
He does.
freezes Godzilla's ass and stops the reaction.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the reaction might have stopped, but meltdown's still going on. It's the China syndrome,
Yeah.
and
Another
so
good movie.
Godzilla's getting worse and worse. Destoroyah is becoming this enormous, terrible dragon thing.
Yeah.
And Destoroyah says, "You know what, Godzilla? I hate your son."
No.
I was like, no.
He's brutalizing
He is
poor
brutal.
Godzilla Jr. It's
Was anyone? I mean, there's always been violence in these films, but can I just say, when he gets
when he like
Yeah.
goes right into his chest, it's really upsetting.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, there's blood.
I was like, leave. I was like, leave him alone.
I did kind of laugh in the scene where he's picked up and he just flies off. That happens a lot with Godzilla. And you're like, just we'll pick you up and fly off. But then, like, when he got stabbed, I was like, oh my god, this isn't the first time we really see blood, right? In the Godzilla movie?
So the first instance of blood is actually back in 1972 in Godzilla vs. Gigan, who you'll remember from Final Wars. He's got that weird buzzsaw on his stomach, and he like cuts Godzilla's shoulder and blood squirts out.
Oh, okay.
I believe they reused the footage again in versus Megalon because the series was working a bit of a shoestring at that point in time. But yeah, so I think the Heisei era did have more blood in it, but I still think this is pretty shockingly brutal by the series standards.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just want to say this whole showdown looks like absolutely stunning. It's like at night, the lighting is so cool. There's like these cool fog effects, and I don't know, you're really buying into these creatures.
Yes.
Like they are still men in suits, but it is being done at like one of the highest levels you can do suitmation at, and it looks so good.
It is very good. I was very much impressed, especially since I was not in tears, but I was like, this can't.
Oh, I was tearing up.
I was like,
when Godzilla starts crying because
Yeah.
Junior's dead, and it's just like, oh my god.
I know.
And like they're commenting like he lost his only companion.
Yeah.
Like
And I was so sad.
the only other being in the world who understands what it is to be a Godzilla.
Yeah.
That's why I'll always feel sorry for Godzilla, not necessarily the people.
Yeah.
Oh, does it explain, not that it's probably important, how he got the nuclear reactor?
So I think that's his heart. That's what powers him.
Oh!
He is like
Okay.
he's a being of nuclear energy.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, because
That's
like
all the
his breath
experiment.
is atomic breath and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
when he shoots
all right.
the big lasers and all that stuff.
Okay.
That's-
I also have a question.
Yeah.
Since we're talking
Ask
about the
away.
fight, does Godzilla save his son?
It's implied that like
'Cause-
Godzilla's meltdown sort of re-energized
Okay.
Junior at the end. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like
and,
looking.
and Junior will live another day.
Yeah, because I was looking at that scene and I'm like, did Godzilla revive his son? Because he doesn't wake up afterwards,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, but yeah, so
So him thawing out made him.
Godzilla Junior absorbed all the radiation,
Oh. Okay.
and I guess it's implied it jumpstarts his heart. So that's him roaring at the end.
Oh, okay.
At the end of Godzilla versus Destoroyah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, cool,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So.
But
Okay.
yeah, and the two of them are going at it real hard.
Yeah.
Destoroyah looks crazy at this point. I love like the bat wings. I know it doesn't really flap its wings, but that kind of unsettled me more because it was
Yeah.
just moving around like, oh my god, this is insane.
Frankly, even before he got the wings, those crab legs were freaking me the hell out. And I'm like, anything that has multiple legs, it's sort of, let me see, Shelob in the Lord of the Rings films, like just all those legs, like anything with multiple legs, I'm like, that's freaking
You have
scary.
multiple legs.
What?
You have multiple legs.
He ain't wrong.
We all have.
We have
multiple
two.
legs.
Yeah, we have two.
More than one.
Okay, fine. I'll declare more than 2 legs on anything.
I feel like
Scary.
more than 4. Because like I'm not scared of a dog's leg
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
No. Oh, there's that video of that dog that has that spider costume and just running really fast.
Oh. I thought you were gonna say there was a dog with like 6 legs. I was like, I'd be scared of that thing.
Yeah, that I'd be more concerned about. But yeah, it's my spider dog. But yeah, and eventually Godzilla's temperature gets so high that he's able to finally defeat the seemingly invincible Destoroyah, who again is the oxygen destroyer from the first film. So like it kind of brings that full circle.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And makes Tokyo a ghost town.
yes, yeah. Tokyo is wrecked, but luckily Godzilla Jr.'s there to absorb it all and become our hero. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a reason I picked 2 movies an episode for this. It's hard to talk about the plots of these things. These movies are about vibes, they're about effects, and they're about
It's
the
definitely
fights.
the entertainment value for sure.
Yes, yeah. This has the same composer as the first film. I just want to point that out because wait till you hear who the composer is for Final Wars. You'll be surprised.
Is it Sum 41? Because they had a song.
They had a song in there, but no, it is one of the main composers was Keith Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
I don't know what that is.
They were a big prog rock band in the 70s.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, apparently he was just doing concerts in Japan, and the director was going to see him. And he was like, "Hey, you want to do it for the movie?"
Like, hey,
and
I
he
like
was
your vibe,
"Sure."
Yeah.
That was nice. I
Wait.
really liked the part in this one when they actually froze him. Like, the effect of him freezing.
It looked really good.
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah. I was a big fan of any of the scenes of like him swimming when you
Yeah.
just saw his
Yeah.
spines coming out of the water.
yeah.
It looked like a little hyper real in a way where I was like, if I saw that on the news, I'd be really scared.
Yeah.
Like-
Is this the same? Because we were talking about the pilot, and I was thinking I was confusing it with the second. Is that where the pilot says we're not getting that budget money back, where he makes that reference to budgetary money?
That has to be the second one.
Yeah.
This one was more
This
of a
one
serious-
had more of a serious tone
Oh,
to it. Yeah.
okay. Anyway, I was gonna say I love that moment. That's why I didn't say anything. I'm probably confusing that with the other movie. Okay.
No,
never mind.
no. The Godzilla versus Destoroyah, the pilot does say, "Well, there goes our
okay.
budget money."
Because I
I-
thought that was
I
just
just
so
missed it.
funny. I was like, oh yeah, that's
Because
the
it was
kind of guy.
it was the second time when they were going up to try and
Okay.
freeze Godzilla before he
Yeah.
exploded.
I just loved how he's like, yep, there goes that budget money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only issue with me with watching the two of them is I'm mixing them up in my head.
Yeah,
Like there was one of them that really stuck out to me is with the destruction of the surrounding areas, and I'm just not sure which one it was. But I'm like, that is not like millions of people just died.
Yeah.
And there's billions of dollars of infrastructure damage that is going
Oh,
to
in
be.
Final Wars, they are destroying cities.
It
like
must
no
be that
tomorrow.
one.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, this I just again, this does kind of the impossible, and you're getting emotional in this final showdown of two giant monsters hitting each other in the face. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm like tearing up. I'm like, Godzilla, this is your last stand to avenge your son. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what I thought was really cool too is like when Godzilla tears down Destoroyah, and then it's all the crab things, and the crab things are crawling on Godzilla, and it's
I know.
yeah.
but it was like the way they were able to do it was really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Oogie Boogie thing where
Yeah.
all the
Oh, yeah.
bugs crawl out.
I love Oogie Boogie. It's awesome.
a sack full of bugs.
Yes, awesome.
But yeah, I also think these movies are fun to look at from different eras because you get to see what they're riffing on.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the '60s ones end up doing like a little bit of like a Bond riff in there, or
Yeah.
like like B sci-fi stuff. Whereas here, you can see they're pulling from a lot of Jurassic Park. They're pulling from Alien. They're
Alien,
pulling
for
from
sure.
Predator. They're
Yeah.
and I think it's cool to see. You
Yeah.
know. But yeah, pretty excellent. Or what do we want to rate this out of? Nuclear meltdowns?
Sure.
Sure. I'll battle you
Sure.
Yeah, I liked this one. I'm gonna go 4 out of 5 on this one. Yeah, 4 out of 5 fits. The only thing is the next one's gonna get a better one, but 4 out of 5 for sure. Like I liked this one, but the next one's special.
Is
That's
it?
sort of where I'm at.
This one is going to get a 4.5 meltdowns because I like this one more than the other one.
Oh, I'm gonna sound so horrible now. Of the ones we've watched, I know the last recording I had a hard time with those two, but if I had to compare those two, I think are better than this one, and I'm still loving.
Really?
Honestly,
Okay.
if I had to do a comparison, I think even though I had issues, I still enjoyed those two more. Weird 60-ish things aside. Some things I did find entertaining, but overall, the original film that we watched from the 50s is still, I think, my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
I'm with that. You know,
So,
that one. The
yeah.
very
Yeah.
first one we watched.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first one is like is just one of the best movies. ever.
While-
Yeah.
I have my personal favorites,
Yeah.
but like I love Hedera. It's probably my favorite in the series.
Yeah.
But like the original is,
Yeah.
it's an unimpeachable.
Yeah.
So while there were entertaining, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say 2.5 out of 5 meltdowns for me. Yeah. So far right now, the first is my favorite in terms of the storytelling, the acting, and everything else. By far, it's my favorite.
All right. So, that brings us to Godzilla Final Wars now. All right. The plot for this, what you're going to do is you're going to take like a 6-year-old. You're going to give him a lot of sugary cereal. And then you're going to ask him, hey, what would you want to see in a Godzilla movie?
Yeah.
And he's going to tell you everything that happens in this movie because this is amazing. This is a child's dream.
Yeah.
This is we put in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go boom.
That's a very nice way to put it. I was thinking the entire time, I'm thinking, what the heck were these people on
Yeah.
while they were making this movie? And I loved it.
This moves like a bullet. Every scene lasts like 2 minutes, and what do you know? There's going to be another scene with something even crazier in it 2 minutes after.
God, like.
This is directed by Ryuhei Kitamura, who I'm actually familiar with because he directed the cutscenes in the remake of Metal Gear Solid 1, the Twin
Really?
Snakes. Yes. They were controversial at the time for including too much Matrix-like action. However, I
see a lot of Matrix in this one.
Yeah, I don't know if it fits exactly with Metal Gear Solid 1, but the Metal Gear Solid series did come to embrace that as it went on. So maybe he was just...
Ahead of his time. I like it.
But yeah, so Final Wars opens up with some narration explaining exactly what the deal is here. So this is part of the Millennium series of Godzilla films. What they did, these were kind of anthology films where all of them disregarded the existence of all the other movies except for the first one. You had to keep that one canon. You could do whatever the hell you want otherwise. So you get some weirder takes in there. There's one a lot of people go to bat for called Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Monsters All Out Attack. That's a mouthful
I was just
title.
going to say, wow, imagine that on the movie thing.
Poster.
Like, yeah.
But in that one, Godzilla is the bad guy and King Ghidorah is the good guy. So it's sort of an inversion. I believe in that one, Godzilla is like possessed by like the vengeful spirits of World War II.
Naturally.
And he's got like pure white eyes. He looks freaky as hell in it. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, this was meant as a big like 50-year anniversary tribute to the whole series. Ryuhei Kitamura said, has been on record many times being like, I don't really like what the Godzilla movies have become. I'm a big fan of the 60s and 70s stuff. I want to bring that energy, that pop, bang stuff into the new era, but update it with modern aesthetics. And
Which he did.
yeah, this is a real love letter to the series. He loves everything in this movie very deeply, I think you can tell, including characters who no one likes. Like one of my personal favorites, Manila, Godzilla's son. People hate this guy. They hate him so much.
Why?
I don't know. They think. Let me read you
He looks like a little turtle.
the reception section on his Wikipedia page.
Oh, God.
Manila is often regarded as one of the most hated Godzilla monsters by most of the Godzilla fandom, with people depicting him as being ugly, annoying, and useless.
He's certainly not ugly. Maybe annoying and useless.
Okay, in the 60s, he's pretty ugly.
Oh, is he?
In an adorable way. But yeah, pretty much in this one, there's been like a whole Earth Defense Force set up to deal with these monsters for a long time.
Yeah.
They've trapped Godzilla under so much ice in the South Pole.
Yeah.
They don't got to worry about him anymore.
No.
But then there's also mutants. Because why isn't there mutants?
I loved the mutants, especially dubbing aside the guy with the red armband who, when he first meets the doctor. Anyone else think he was cute?
The main guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
He made it enjoyable, like for me. I was like, aha, cutie's here. Okay, that was sorry. As an aside, I found him attractive. Moving on.
But and we see this one. We get perhaps the king of all Godzilla white guys in this one with Captain Gordon, played by Don Fry, professional MMA fighter, and at this point in his career, a wrestler with the New Japan Wrestling. He had a bit of a celebrity over there.
I love Gordon.
Yeah, this guy looks like Joseph Stalin.
He does.
He's an American. I don't know why he's like dressed like a Russian from the 50s, but that's how he dresses. He carries around a katana, and he's just real tough.
Yeah,
you know,
he's just ready for whatever comes.
he's like he is destroying Manda in the opening. That's that weird underwater dragon thing. And which is from a non-Godzilla Toho monster film. This incorporates even a bunch of that stuff. Pretty much every monster in this has shown up somewhere else. And that's part of why this is such like a loving tribute. It's it's into everything. But yeah, and he's like mad. His supervisor's like, "Why did you do that, Gordon?" And he's like, "Shut up." And yeah, he gets court-martialed. Yeah. But eventually, we're almost forgetting when the fairies show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the fairies show up, I was like, yeah, I know them.
Yeah, my favorites. Yeah. They're back.
Like, I know them.
I did enjoy that part. I really did. Like, I like the minute I saw them open the book, I was like, the fairies are coming.
Yeah, they just pop up and they're like, we got a lore dump on you real quick. Gigan is evil, and all the mutants have Gigan DNA.
But you can overcome that. You are not the sum of your parts. You can do more. I like that motivational speech. I like that. Yeah. And then they dip out.
Then monsters are attacking everywhere. There's a scene in New York City where I believe the only exposure to New York City the makers of this film had were like the Death Wish films and like news reports about police brutality. Yeah. Because oh boy, is this a bleak vision of America.
Yes. Yeah. Which actually carried on. Like I was watching like a Japanese series made in like early to mid 2000s, and that was identical. He ends up in New York, and the first thing he sees is an African American guy that I don't know what he did. If he almost robs him, and was like, okay, fine. Like that's not.
This is rough.
I know. I was but I started laughing. I was like, this is a wonderful picture. Like, welcome to New York. Yeah. This is what we're like.
But yeah, outside of really questionable and racist depictions of New York City aside, Rodan comes in and kills everyone. And who's this guy in Sydney? Who's that? Is that Godzilla from the 90s American film starring Matthew Broderick? What's he doing here? Anguirus is in Shanghai. He is doing dope stuff. He's rolling up in a ball and just like Sonic the Hedgehogging over buildings. King Caesar is there.
Which is the creepiest looking thing I've ever seen in my life.
He's the weird dog guy with like the ears. I love him.
But I thought the same thing as well with the destruction of property and loss of life. Like, as I was watching, I was like, okay, that just killed, I'm sure, billions of people with structural damage. And like, how, and I know that's not the point of the movies, but at the same time, I was like, there's been a significant loss of life in these films.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and
needs to be addressed.
And the Earth Defense Force rolls out to try to. They fight Anguirus mainly. Everyone else, I don't know. Good luck. Great scene where they're just like flying around on wires, shooting laser guns. They're doing backflips constantly, and you're like, you know what? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Drum and bass is blaring on the soundtrack. You are in the early 2000s. Oh, yeah. You have logged on. You're doing hackers stuff.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah,
but it's beautiful.
It's got an infectious energy.
For those were my teen years, so it's just it's very, very 2000s.
But yeah, and then this grandpa and his grandson come across this weird creature in the woods.
Did anyone else think, I know this is dumb, when we first see the grandpa, that we went back in time?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah, what's he wearing?
He's wearing like a pelt.
Because it kind of reminded me of when you see depictions of, I don't know what period in Japan. It's sort of like, I think, when Inuyasha is set the way they're
like
dressed.
Old, very old.
Like
timey,
I legitimately thought,
the feudal era.
Did we just time slip? Which would have been awesome because I was, oh my god.
The only thing this movie needed was time travel. Would have hit all the boxes then.
You just imagine, I legitimately thought we had time travel, and then I saw the grass. Oh no, we didn't. Okay.
If you want some time travel in Godzilla, in versus King Ghidorah from the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, there's some of that. Oh, okay. But I think they only go back to World War II.
Okay.
Yeah, because like they're trying to, I think Ghidorah's trying to like snuff out Godzilla from ever being born.
Oh.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. But yeah, and they come across Manila. They call him Milla in this. I don't really know why. Mm. Usually in American stuff they call him Minya. I love Manila. He's a weird guy. He's Godzilla's son who sucks and can't do anything.
Aw, he had the cutest little eyes, though.
Oh, he's really adorable.
He
in
reminded me
this.
of the 90s TV show Dinosaurs.
I was thinking
Yeah,
the same thing.
yeah, he looks like the baby. Yeah,
I thought he was like the 90s show
I'm the baby.
Dinosaurs.
Gotta love me.
Yeah, like that's what he reminded me of. I think he's cute.
Yeah, I love him in this, and they start a road trip with him. He's just hanging out in their car. Whenever they would cut from like the craziest destruction ever to these three riding in a car, it made me laugh every time.
You need hope for humanity's future, and there
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
he's
there
like,
it is.
find my dad. But then these aliens roll up, and they're like, "Don't worry, we've handled the monsters. Don't worry about it. We're your best friend now." But then they're like replacing people too, and then Gordon realizes like these aliens, they're up to no good.
Yeah, that Cyclops-looking alien was not.
Oh, I loved him.
Not into it.
His dub actor was giving it his all. He really committed in a way no one else did. But yeah, he's like the rock star alien. He's got crazy hair, and he's just so cool.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him. But it's uncovered that they are that they're evil.
Of course.
I love the
Evil.
scene where Gordon just like smashes into the UN with a katana and kills one of them, and like this isn't an international incident.
Also, the president of the UN, whatever he is, I like how one scene they blow up his plane, and then the next scene like he's been like body
Replaced.
snatched.
Yeah, and then later on he's just there.
Yeah, then he just shows up. They're like, "No, we made it through."
Yeah.
You're like, "How?"
Yeah, I did love the dog. I thought the dog was adorable. The little
Great
black
bit
pug.
too.
Yeah.
It would have been. It would have. I wish we had seen the dog earlier so that. I mean, it worked. It worked. It was great. That's
Yeah,
great.
no. When they determine ultimately he's an imposter by bringing a dog in and being like, "Oh, it's your dog," and he's like, "Oh, I love you," and then like, "That's not your dog."
What's his name?
Yeah.
He's like, his name. And then the other guy's like, surely that's something you would know.
I kind of now I'm thinking about it, kind of reminds me of Men in Black.
Yeah.
When you see like the head splinters, the tiny aliens, that part was gross though. Like that part where his freaking head splits in half, and I was like, ugh. But just really reminds me of Men in Black. And I think there is a little dog too, right? In Men
It's
in
a
Black,
cat.
it's a cat.
It's the old
I haven't
club.
seen Men in Black.
Oh,
You
it's
know,
it's
I
a
don't
good
know.
time.
I missed a lot of '90s stuff.
I mean,
you know?
there
Well,
is
Frank is in Men in Black. He's the pug.
the pug,
Oh,
that
okay.
dog.
But I've only heard great things about the first
it's
one.
a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
the
one's
first one's
the
a good
best.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Men in Black 3 isn't good. What? What are you telling me?
But that's what I was getting, Men in Black vibes.
I think they go back in time in that one.
Did you ever see the trailer for the fourth one where they didn't even have Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones?
Is that with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson?
Yeah. They uploaded the trailer with like only like the sound effects, I think, initially.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was very funny. They did that with like the Mummy as well, the Tom Cruise one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can find it online. They're just surreal. It's like, oh
Yeah.
boy, this is weird.
But I liked when, again, I don't know what he was, the president of the UN or whatever.
Yeah,
But-
the scientist guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The dubbing for that when he comes back.
Oh, when
they
he
give him-
shoots a guy and he's like, "They call me Mr. Bullseye."
I learned that in the military school or military college. He says, "I'm like, okay, because that's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they call it, the military college."
They might in Japan.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But Gordon has a crazy plan that just
Oh,
might work.
that's my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Please, yeah.
Where he's like, "So we got a monster problem." He doesn't even say this. I'm just doing a voice
Yeah, you
and
gotta
putting
do your
words
thing.
in
I
his
get it.
mouth. Only one way to deal with a monster. Bigger monster. And they're
Godzilla.
like, "We got to wake Godzilla up." and everyone is surprisingly like pretty immediately on board with this, even though he's like the greatest threat the world has ever faced. They're like, "No, yeah, that makes sense."
The commander guy that he says it to. By the way, he says it twice. He goes through his plan twice. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It's like he says it once, and then it was like the director or somebody was like, "We might have to.
We
do
have
this again."
6-year-olds watching this.
Yeah. Like we gotta spell this out a little bit more. Then after the second time he says it, the commander that he's talking to looks at him and goes, Like, it is the greatest thing he's ever heard. And he's like, God damn it, that's going to work.
There's no pushback. No one pushes back on this.
They go to the South Pole, where there are currently just two guys in Hawaiian shirts hanging out. I guess they're the security detail. I'm not really certain, but I loved them. I thought they were fun. They were like, wait, what? They're going to wake Godzilla up? That sounds like a bad idea. But they wake him up. Godzilla immediately murders those two guys. Goji looks great here. He looks so evil. Gigan shows up. And Gigan's, like, decked out in this. He looks scary as hell. Mm-hmm. And you're like, a big fight time. And then Godzilla just blows his head off.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
He's not messing around.
He can do that? Yeah. And then he just goes on a rampage. The military's like guiding him to all the other monsters, and he's wrecking them. He's like impaling this bug on a power line. Him and King Caesar and Rodan are kicking Anguirus around like a soccer ball. He's impaling Caesar on Anguirus. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm hooting and hollering. I'm like, yeah, Godzilla, mess him up.
Which is why they had to thaw him out.
Yeah,
have done it.
Yeah. This is why they should have done this right when the monsters showed up, because he can deal with them in 5 seconds.
Well, honestly,
flat.
That's why General Gordon was there in a pinch.
Yeah.
He came with the plan.
He was the man with the plan.
Yes.
I kind of forget when it happens, but there's a big motorcycle chase where they're doing gun fu. Very Matrix 2.
Yeah.
I love Matrix 2.
Yeah.
Matrix 2 is a fun time. I really enjoy it. Yeah, that's why when I saw this, I was like, it's the Matrix.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Even their jackets and what the aliens are wearing.
A lot of leather in this.
Yeah.
There was one bit where somebody called another one an X-Man, which I thought was funny, because this is riffing a lot on X-Men.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense, too, because the whole thing about, like, with great power, great responsibility. And
That's Spider-Man.
That's Spider-Man.
Well,
Someone is like, you nerds.
No, I was going to say, like, the whole thing about, like, having this great power and not being understood makes you, like, people mistrust you. And deal with
the
that
mutants
burden
in this,
of that truth. And that's what I was feeling with the mutants or whatever in this film, that they are burdened with great responsibility. They're not necessarily 100% trusted. And I was like, I can get with that. Yeah, I was rooting for especially is he the leader of the mutants? The cute one with the red armband?
I think
he's an
the
ensign, they say.
Yeah.
Or as they say in the dub, ensign.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny. I was like, they don't know how to say that
I also
word.
can we go back to when they talked about the team name? Like, they were known as M. And I'm like, okay.
Probably sounded cooler in Japanese.
Yeah.
Probably. I was like, But anyway, it's to the point, I guess. It's fine.
But yeah, and Godzilla's just stomping through, wrecking these monsters. The humans are like infiltrating the spaceship and all that. Really, frankly, insane bit where there's a fight between Gordon and one of the female aliens. And she's like, you wouldn't hit a girl. And then he like has his fist, he looks at it and he says, I would. And then just slaps her, and you're like, whoa.
Like I've definitely hit.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like the
yeah.
implication of this. Gordon, you're weird now.
Yeah, you're no longer cool.
Thought you were my guy.
Yeah. I also thought the plane fighting scenes were. I have no idea what the purpose was or what they were trying to accomplish.
They were just shooting lasers off in every direction. It looked crazy.
And then very Star Wars-esque scene where the guy like slips into the hole and then flies right into the thing to blow up the thing. I don't know what any of it was, but I was like, I like it.
Things are going boom.
And the guy that you like is like, no, don't do it. And I'm like, just let him do it. Just let him. It's okay.
Mothra shows up to mess with another Gigan who has chainsaw hands. I thought that was dope. Hedorah even shows up. The smog monster one.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. I did notice that.
Yeah.
I was like, yay, he's back.
Yeah.
When you watch the one when they come out, you'll know that I have a special place in my heart for that slime monster because he was done dirty.
Simona was the only one who felt for him.
The only one.
Yeah.
The only one who cared about this monster. Yes, I was very happy when he showed up. I was like, yay. But yeah. gets smushed into a building.
That did kind of like cross my mind when.
Yeah.
Oh,
Simona's gonna be very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mothra gets wrecked pretty quick, but hey, at least she showed up for some moral support.
Yeah.
Godzilla destroys another Gigan. Yeah, it's a Tuesday for him. And then the aliens are like, all right, send in Monster X. And this weird thing comes out, and it's giving Godzilla a harder time, but then eventually it's like, I don't know, the other aliens like go into it because they're Kaisers or something. I don't know. It's King Ghidorah. It's King Ghidorah in disguise. And Godzilla, again, effortlessly almost in this film, just blows off 2 of Ghidorah's heads and then just grabs the remaining one and starts throwing him around like a rag doll, just banging him against the ground, throwing him into the sky. It's so cool. And then, Goji wins, the aliens are defeated, and then Godzilla's about to be like, all right, time to kill a military. But then, who shows up but the grandpa, the grandson, and Manila? And Manila's like, Dad, they were cool, don't do it. Yeah. And Godzilla's like, okay, and just walks off into the ocean. And Manila goes to follow him. Yeah. Happily ever after. The dog's in the ending for some reason. I didn't really know when the dog got there, but yeah.
I just want you to know the dog's okay.
Yeah, they're like, it's all over, and then they're like, no, it's just beginning. And then I guess the the entirety of Japan and most of the world is destroyed, but like,
I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
I mean, like, they seem happy though, so I guess rebuilding will be easy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, these monsters were everywhere. I mean, they were in Paris. They were
the 2 friends in Sydney that they spent an inordinate amount of time on, like, I was like, do they ever appear in any other films? I was like, are these guys gonna mean something? Because they spent an inordinate amount of time following those 2 bros that like were clutching each other. You think they're gonna make it, but then they just nope, they didn't make it.
I don't think
well,
so.
Who knows? If a guy can escape a plane bombing,
hey, weirder things can happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't talk about when he destroys Zilla, the American Godzilla. I just think that's a fun scene to be like, know your place, America. You can't make a different Godzilla. This guy sucks.
Yeah, I also do like where the leader of the alien goes, he's gonna say, he goes, never mind. And like, he doesn't even say it, he's like, I'm not gonna bother.
But yeah, it's a fun movie,
Yeah.
I got, this is like eating too much sugary cereal. You're watching Power Rangers at like 8 a.m. and the best possible version of that you can imagine. Yeah. I'm giving this 5 out of 5. I don't know, what do we rate this one out of?
Cute mutant leader.
Cute mutants.
You guys can do that. I've my heart says Manila's. 5 out of 5 Manila's.
Yeah.
I love him so much. I mean, look, on a rational level, this movie makes no sense. Yeah. But it's not trying to. It knows what it is. It's proud of what it is. This is Godzilla on Saturday morning anime and tokusatsu. Yeah. This is a silly time. You're gonna watch it and you're gonna be hooting and hollering. Yeah. Like, get your friends together, have a few drinks,
exactly.
Throw on Final Wars. Yeah. You'll have a blast.
Yeah. 5 out of 5 for me too. Because it is what it is. It knows what it is. It's a good time, and it kind of like just reminds me of the kind of movie like you would sit there and like be taking shots like for certain things whenever they happen.
You take a shot whenever Godzilla kills a monster, you'll probably have a great time, but you might also die. So we don't condone it, okay?
But definitely just a fun movie. Yeah.
3.5 Manilas for me. The dubbing was awful. It really, I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Tubi only has the English version.
Yeah.
If you want the original one, you got to buy it on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah. No. So I'm sorry, Joe.
No, that's okay.
3.5 Manilas for me.
So this film will get 2 Manila. Like in spite of the good time I had with certain things, it had a very incoherent plot, and I was like, what's going on? But talking about it, I'm kind of enjoying it more as we're talking about it, because there were a lot of like scratch your head moments.
Yeah, Lou and I just surrendered.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Let me paint a picture for you. I don't know who wrote this, But imagine the writer on something and talking to his friend and being like, yeah, and then the president of the UN is going to come back. And they're going to be like, but how? You blew him up in the plane before. Like, don't worry about it. It's fine. That's how I imagine the entire script was written. And I love it.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I do wonder where these things were pitched. It's like, what did everyone else think? And I'm like, okay, we'll go with it. It kind of reminds me of one of the other original ones when the princess, her plane gets blown up. Yeah, don't even worry about it. The plane got blown up.
Yeah.
I feel like this time they said, well, now we have to address this. He came back or whatever. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, like I said, there were a lot of funny moments, a lot of scratch my head moments, a lot of like, what the heck is happening in this film? But it's, yeah.
All right, and after this, the plan was, Toho was like, all right, after this we're taking 10 years off from Godzilla. We're making too many. We're chilling out for a while to make them special again. And we'll be picking up where the series picks up next time.
Did they actually last 10 years?
12, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they went into pre-production on Shin Godzilla, the next film we're covering in 2014, but it didn't come out until 2016. Which is one of my favorites in the series. I think everyone's going to like it, and I think everyone's going to like the other film we have, Godzilla -1. I'm sorry, -0 is the sequel. What was that noise?
Yeah, I was wondering what that was too.
I hope it's not Godzilla.
If this video airs, everything is fine. If not,
But yeah, I'm looking forward to next time. You guys have been with me through a lot. I promise you, these two are treats at the end. Okay, like Simona, Katie, you're gonna love these.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Shin Godzilla is directed by one half of it. Well, okay, it's directed by Hideaki Anno, who did one of my favorite animes, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and Shinji Higuchi. They've been kind of a crack filmmaking team together recently, making big tokusatsu blockbusters. They did Shin Ultraman after Shin Godzilla, which is so cool, and Shin Kamen Rider, which is insanely bloody. Actually, check it out. It kind of feels like you're going crazy when you watch it. But check in next time. We're going into the 2010s.